The only other people that I've ever interviewed other than you is the Dalai Lama.
Oh, well, the Dalai Lama and me.
I mean, the only reason I wanted to, not the only reason, but the main reason I wanted to talk to him was that he's funny, which you would not think.
No, but he's...
Really funny, and I'd read, really likes making people laugh. So I thought, I think we might be able to have a conversation then. And that was in my head all the way through 2 flights to get to Dharamsala in India, and then a long drive up a mountain. And then you see more and more monks walking up the hill to see him. And I did start to get that sense of, oh no, I've just flown around the world to fuck with this guy. I hope this is going to be received in the way that I would like it to be received, because this could be real bad. And when he came, I remember that day, a group of people had walked from Tibet to come see him. And so he was late for the interview because he wanted to talk to all of them. And all they were saying was, please don't die. You can't even fathom the pressure he's under. So I'm watching this happen thinking, had a bunch of questions like this on my own, thinking, some of this feels like it's in questionable taste right now. But the first thing he did when he came in was he grabbed the sound guy's nose. He said, you got a big nose. Grabbed him like a parent. And then he looked at me and tickled me. And I think, it's a little odd, but I think he was trying to do a little of what we were talking about, breaking down, people are treating him like a deity, and he needs to get rid of that context to be able to have a conversation. I was still pretty nervous. It took me like 20 minutes to calm down. We didn't use anything from the first 20 minutes. It was only when I made him laugh that the whole thing seemed to actually make sense. But I was not thinking.
So in that moment, did you start scrapping material?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it was, actually, I can just make fun of it. He is this is going to sound very offensive, right? But it is a ridiculous figure. To be on the receiving end of that much worship is absurd for a human being.
Right.
One could argue. And so to be able to speak to him like 2 human beings, you have to kind of crack that.
Yeah.
And so only through making fun of him, relatively off-color jokes, I say relatively because I'm talking to the Dalai fucking Lama. He may have sworn as well in it.
Did you keep that in?
I can't remember.
Okay,
but
I'm going to go watch.
Remember but it was the only way that conversation made any sense was when we were joking and joking about hard things, like how the Chinese government felt about him, when he was going to die, dark things. But the only way to have that conversation in a way that felt like it was going to illuminate anything was gallows humor.
Yeah. It's interesting. Did he talk at all about that he uses humor to connect?
Not in that interview, but I had seen him talk about it in another one, which is where I thought, I think I've got cover.
Yeah.
If that's how you feel, we'll be fine. If it's not how you feel in something you said, we're in big fucking trouble now.
Right. I mean,
I'm about to cause the international incident.
Yeah. Did he say why he said yes?
I don't know why he said yes at all. But it was quite fun fucking with him. Yeah. It was, and it felt like the best way to tell the story that we were going to tell, to make him seem like a human being. Because
he is.
A deity is inhuman,
I mean,
right?
I guess, yes.
Yeah.
But if he really were inhuman, then he wouldn't die.
Exactly.
So
he is going to die, and the Chinese government really want that to happen.
Yeah.
And that is both really dark and darkly funny. But I don't think anyone else had made fun of him that day. So I think he was starving for it.
He was exactly. Shoot me up with some humor, please. How do you, we're living in dark times now. How do you personally, do you make yourself laugh? How do you, do your kids ask hard questions about that?
Oof. I think those hard questions are probably coming. I think they haven't been that hard yet, or so hard that it didn't feel like there was an answer that they'd understand at the other end of it. As they get a little older, it'll get tougher, I think. In terms of how I personally cope, I guess I'm very grateful to have the resource of the show so that we can find ways to put things into some kind of context, even if it is just for ourselves, right? Even in really difficult weeks, there is a point to us turning up to work, even if it's to kind of explain things to each other. I think one of the many reasons I was very scared at the start of the pandemic was I was getting cut off from that. And I don't know how I'd have got through that pandemic, as hard as it was, keeping the show going. Technically, physically getting it done. Having to do it each week, having to kind of shape the experience of living in the world each week was, I think, kind of life-saving for me in terms of and having something that that had to be funny, however subjective that is, but that had to have laughter in it. And I was worried at times, especially because for the first time I couldn't hear any audience, right? I'm just alone in a room. So it's hard to know if you are actually connecting with people the way that laughter normally does, right? And, you know, as you're seeing the death count rise on CNN, you do think, does anybody actually want this? So as it gradually became clear that something was connecting, it was a massive relief. Because I don't know what I'd have done in a room on my own.